How's it going, proxies? How's it going, protocols? I'm FOXSOL. Welcome yet again to another reaction that we're going to go ahead and record right here in the live stream for a video here on the channel. And today, I want to go ahead and I want to react to Orginal because he has returned to the YouTube space. He has come back with a brand new video, and as well as he did a live stream yesterday. And I want to embark really quickly before we dive into this that I want to say full-heartedly that I am so glad that Orginal is doing good, that he's doing great. I was actually very concerned and very worried because I've had friends that I have met over the years that similar situations has happened to where they come online, you know, we talk, we have fun, everything else, and then something happens, they disappear, and I don't know if they are doing good or not. And then a few years later, you know, you find out that either, you know, they're doing it all right or something bad happened. And I'm glad in this case scenario, you know, the good ending came into where, you know, he just took a little bit of a break, which look, more honestly, he needed it. He really, really did need it. And straight up, I've missed Orginal because Orginal, whether you like him, whether you dislike him, Orginal was one person that I felt like when I first talked to him and a couple of conversations afterwards that we did have was a person that, you know, while some people said that, you know, they felt off about his energy, I don't know. I felt like we hit it off as two people that, you know, at first, two strangers ended up becoming two friends at the end of it. 6-hour long call was very enjoyable, and I really felt like I made a friend. So seeing Orginal come back, amazing. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and have a word quickly with our sponsors, LDSHOP. You're looking to snag that next S-rank agent on your account, but yet you're out of polychromes and you're about to blow some cash on the in-store shop for some monochromes? Hold up before you top up. If you're playing Zenless Zone Zero, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, or any gacha game that empties your wallet, LDSHOP's got your back. With LDSHOP, not only you're just topping up, but you're saving money. 27% compared to the in-game store prices. That means more rolls, more chances for your dream agent, and way less pain on your bank account. And the best part? It's fast, it's safe, it's secure. No sketchy logins, no endless waiting. Just pick your game, choose your amount, pay, and boom. Your credits to the account before your pity counter even starts sweating. And here's the kicker for all my viewers out there. You'll save even more with the link down in the description below. So whether you're pulling for Orphe, Lucia, or one of those agents that, you know, RNG keeps teasing you with, don't let the in-game store rob you blind. Top smarter. Save yourself right now by using LDSHOP down in the link below. And now, we're going to get straight into the video. So without further ado, let's see what Orginal has to say about the Vivian skin.
It's been a while. I've had time to cool off, get my bearings, and readjust. In some ways, I'm actually glad I left for about 2 months to get my head on straight and to not let content creation consume my every waking moment. If you want a more honest, unedited thoughts on my break, you can check out the VOD of my livestream I held last night for more details on what it was like for me up to and including my hiatus from content creation. Of course, I will be livestreaming tomorrow as I pull for extra Vivian copies in version 2.3 of Zenless Zone Zero when the server maintenance period ends.
All right, I know I shouldn't pause it right here. We should let him continue a little bit, you know, but again, I gotta talk about this real quick with Orginal, right? Dude, one of the things that I'm going to say is, and I'm not 100% factual on this. I can't go ahead and straight up say that this is a factual statement. I can only assume, but I do believe that where Orginal was at, you know, with the videos and with the videos he took down, the videos he made and everything else, and how the community's reaction was as a whole from the gacha perspective, from both the ZZZ side as well as the Weather Wave side. And in general, I do feel like he needed a break because, honest to God, like I do feel like he took some of the commentary that may have came from the community itself a little bit to heart. I've stated this multiple times before, and Arikado, if you feel like correcting me on this, go ahead and correct me on this if I'm wrong. But my assumption would be, you have an opportunity, you're growing, you want people to like you, and whether you are a person that may or may not, say, hate comments or whatever, doesn't bother me. I just ignored them. After a while of seeing, quote unquote, some of these comments keep coming, it does plague on your mind sometimes. And when you're new in content creation and you're always trying to get new ideas and try to make videos, you're trying to make people like you and not really think about what you like, if that makes sense. So hopefully with your break, hopefully everything's going great. Hopefully, life on the up and up. And hopefully you're excited for what's going on with ZZZ. So, yeah, it's glad that, look, let me be the first video one to say, glad that you're back, sir.
However, before I do, we need to talk about the controversy surrounding her upcoming skin. Iris of the Shore debuted during the 2.3 livestream for Zenless Zone 0 as a milestone reward for players who put at least 180 event pulls into any limited banners for the duration of version 2.3 or version 2.4. Vivian's skin will then be placed in the shop for direct purchase at the start of version 2.5. Or that's at least what we were anticipating would happen. Unfortunately, players have been given a curveball a day before the patch goes live by Hoyoverse themselves. Vivian's skin will not be available for sale the moment we roll over into version 2.5. Rather, the skin will temporarily be vaulted for 6 months until it will return for direct purchase, creating an ultimatum that truly tests how far a Lord Python would truly go for their number one fan. Yes. Before we go any further,
God damn it, I love the fucking sarcastic, the fucking funny shit again. God damn it, I love this shit. Yeah. God damn. Yeah, I fucking love the JoJo reference.
let's lay all the cards out on the table before proceeding any further. The current confirmed banners we have for versions 2.3 and 2.4 are as follows. Lucia, an Ether support agent meant to fill the role for dedicated Rupture agent buffs, similarly to Yuzuha for Anomaly and Astra Yao for general use. Yadari, an Ice Rupture agent, Dylan, a Physical Stun agent, and Bon Yu, a Fire Rupture agent. Minato Kamano will also debut in the first banner phase of 2.3 as an A-rank Rupture agent.
You forgot to say that Banyu is Chrysobot, he's Vegeta, he's Piccolo, he is a Dragon Ball character. You forgot to mention this. He's an amazing character. Trust me. Banyu, if you haven't seen the leaks, straight up, Kete, I was on the stream, I saw the leaks. Holy moly. The dude embodies Dragon Ball, Azura's Wrath. He embodies the physical presence of a fucking Rupture agent that says, Kaio fucking Ken.
As well as Vivian herself and Jafufu will be rerunning for banner phases 1 and 2 of version 2.3 respectively, with no official confirmation of who's rerunning in version 2.4. As for how much currency we can expect, early pull calculations suggest that about 104 limited pulls are available for free-to-play players in version 2.3, assuming daily account upkeep, event participation, and full polychrome rewards from S-ranking Shiyu defense and 6-star ratings of Deadly Assault. It is important to keep in mind that these pull calculations never take into account pulls earned from rebates from duplicates of A-rank or S-rank agents. And while Minato might slow down the accumulation of rebates initially, it's safe to assume most dedicated players can amass an additional 10 or so pulls from rebates. And if you're a casual player, there's always the potential to grind polychromes from incomplete side activities like quality time hangouts, Hollow Zero collection logs, and achievements to name a few options. Lastly, I want to make mention that this will likely be the only rerun Vivian will have for the duration her skin is being vaulted, with her initial banner release in version 1.7 being 5 months ago, which about lines up with the time her skin will be unavailable. So it is highly unlikely they're gonna rerun her again until her skin is unlocked for direct purchase. Alright, So let's cut to the chase. If you're a meta player, you're not just going to sit on your hands and let the Astra Yao of Rupture slip right by you. If you want to play Rupture, you're going to pull Lucia. If you skipped Vivian on her initial release, like many people did on account of her personality, then you don't even have a horse in this race and you can go sit back down. If you skipped her
100%. 100%, because before he even continues, because this is a short, I'm sure this is a short video. Yeah, this is a short video. It's only 6 minutes. I'm just going to say like this. Like, we've been talking about the Vivian skin drama, okay, in the Discord for the last 24 hours. We've been discussing this on the live stream, in the Discord. We've been discussing this, and my opinion hasn't changed. I will say like this, first and foremost, when it comes down to Hoyo, they messed up, in my personal opinion. They should have put that one-line statement about the 180 days after 2.4 in the live stream. Okay? They should have done it. Doing it the day before the patch constitutes two things. First thing it constitutes is that they are being, very transparent before the patch drops to let people know exactly what's going to happen. So you're not going to be completely blindsided. We all assumed 2.5 the skin was going to come out, but yesterday was a day of mourning for a lot of Vivian players. And if you're a person who did not even pull for Vivian, well, let's just be completely honest, this does not really apply to you. Just like he said, you just sit the fuck back down, right? If you're not even planning to get Vivian, this does not constitute you at all. I've had a couple of comments in the last video that I had, that people were combating me on, telling me, like my turkey dinner scenario was, no longer valid, which, yeah, it's no longer valid. I completely agree. When I was saying that, it's like Thanksgiving, you spend $150 at the grocery store to give you a free $30 turkey is for investment purposes. But let's just say in regards to this, that again, this is still a promotional deal. And in all honesty, this is a situation where I do fully believe 100%, and no one's going to change my mind on this one. You could try, but this is not a big fucking deal. You're turning a promotional event for a skin, for a character, into a big deal. It's not like the skin is completely disappearing. Just like Arikato said earlier in this video right here. Like, the idea of Vivian rerunning probably wouldn't be until probably summer of next year anyway. So, probably when her skin comes out is when her rerun would happen. In fucking 9 months from now. Not a big deal. I think that, if you're a person who is already got Vivian, you're already planning to invest in 2.3 and 2.4, this is an opportunity for you to basically get the skin early. This is an opportunity for you to technically get it for free. Even though you got to do 180 pulls, it's technically a promotional deal that says, hey, look, you're already investing, you already got Vivian, here's a fucking skin. Whoop they fucking do. I made also the statement like this in the Discord, to where I tried to explain this, is that this is a cosmetic. This is not a game-changing, big thing for your account. This is not like them taking, let's say, a W engine for, let's say, Vivian, and saying that you do 180 pulls and you get Vivian's W engine for free, and then after 180 days, and then if you don't complete it within these two patches, you don't get it for 180 days. Or let's dare say even like a character like Monato, to be like, hey, in order to get a free Monato, you got 2 events here. You got to pull 180 times to get Monato to get the character for free. And then after that, you don't get to see the character for another 180 days. Something like that in that regard, something that would actually transpire to it. It would affect your account in terms of character acquiring a character, acquiring a W engine, additional mindscapes, something that could change the dynamics of your account. I see as being a scummy, predatorial practice over a skin. dare I say this, and this might piss the Vivian fans off out there, but to anyone who did not pull for Vivian, bro, Hoyoverse does not have a gun in the back of your head, and I've said this multiple times already. I don't think Vivian's fucking vajayjay over here is made out of gold. Okay? If you weren't interested in pulling for 2.3 and 2.4, Vivian's skin should no way, shape, and form affect your decision whatsoever. Like, this quote-unquote fear of FOMO would apply if the skin was only for this event. It would never exist again, like many other games done before. But we can see that this is also the type of equivalent of going ahead and pre-ordering a video game, getting a cosmetic in a said video game that you pre-ordered, and you're playing it day one, and you and everyone else who pre-ordered it got the skin, and everyone who didn't pre-order the game 2 or 3 days later has to wait 6 months for that DLC to be released on the marketplace to buy it in the marketplace for like $5.99. Many games have done this. Like Guilty Gear did this with XR, to where if you pre-ordered the game, you got like the quote-unquote PlayStation colors for free. But if you didn't pre-order it, you didn't get the PlayStation colors. You had to actually wait almost a fucking year to go ahead and wait for Arc System Works to release it in the fucking shop, so that way we could buy the fucking PlayStation colors outside of the pre-orders. It gave basically a time exclusive to the people who did it. Again, you're turning basically an anthill into a molehill. This is not even a big deal. So let me shut up now, stop yapping, and let Arikata finish.
Thinking she wasn't strong, or were anticipating Yijuan, well, now you know just how powerful she is 5 months later, and can comfortably pull on her for your anomaly teams, or even pull on her strong duplicates. If you're waiting for Yi Shangwang, Yang Shuangwang, Ye Shuang, fuck, that's hard to say, or the Angels of Delusion, you probably weren't even considering Vivian to begin with, and are either going all in on the all but confirmed Void Hunter or Blue Archive ZZZ edition. If you're saving for a Yijuan rerun, you're pulling Jafufu. If you're a male enjoyer, you're pulling for an M6W5 Minato or for Banyu. And while both Yadari and Dial-In are both hard to put a pin on in how useful they'd be right now, it's not like you don't have 2 whole game versions to come to a conclusion. And on top of all of that, you'd have to be willing to get bent out of shape in having to wait 6 months for a character skin. Not a character, not a character's W engine, a character's skin. Now, what I'm going to say next will sound somewhat contradictory here, but hold on a moment. Does the 6-month vaulting of the Vivian skin reek of desperation from Hoyoverse trying to pull a fast one on players before they drop the next Void Hunter? Yes. But also, this is not a big deal. We are not talking about withholding pulls from players like Wuthering Waves' Gilded Night Market, nor are we talking about dangling a signature weapon in front of people with Archer's Light Cone from Honkai Star Rail. We are talking about a skin that has no direct impact on gameplay and no tangible progress towards a player's collection of units and weapons. Of course.
No, exactly 100% correct. Like, this is a fucking cosmetic. It's like I said earlier, this does not change the scope of your account, whether you have this or whether you don't have this. And for you, Gully, I will discuss it after I'm done with this. But no, like, this is not even that big of a deal.
You are well within your right to voice your disappointment with the handling of the Vivian skin, and I am right there with you in that regard. However, I am also within my right to not take your complaints seriously when you intentionally blow this out of proportions for self-fulfilling reasons.
Yep.
Cosmetic content within gacha games have always been regarded as a premium luxury to those whom broke the free-to-play mold for one reason or another. You are not entitled to skins. You are not hoodwinked into pulling for a skin. You are presented with a selection of banners and are given 12 weeks to come to an educated decision. And if 6 months is such a doomsday scenario, then you're probably someone on their way to quitting Zenless Zone Zero anyway, at which point one Easily skin wasn't going to stop you from the uninstall button. Or someone who is astroturfing from another gacha community.
As I said, I think it's a beautiful video. I 100% agree with it. This is something that, you know, a lot of players right now are remarking, and this is a big fucking deal when, like, come the hell on, dude. Like, this would be like, yeah, like the the Archer Lycon situation. Like, I could see that being a pretty big deal because you have a weapon. It's a signature weapon that's involved in it. This is a cosmetic. And just like Arikato said in the end, if if this is going to deter you, I mean, and this is such an issue, you probably was about to uninstall ZZ to begin with. Or you're just someone from outside the community who is trying to engage into this and trying to make this seem like it's a big deal when all it really is a situation like your mom, your dad, and you are in a car, you're driving, you say, "Hey dad, I want Burger King," and your dad says, "I don't have Burger King money, you're gonna eat at home," and you're like, "Damn, that sucks." It's not detrimental. You're not gonna starve, you're not gonna die. Maybe 6 months down the road he might decide, you know what, we're gonna stop at Burger King and eat at Burger King. It just sucks. There's a difference between being predatorial, being scummy, being a scam, and stuff like this, to a situation that just completely is what it is. It just sucks. Like, I'm sure that everyone can relate in the real world that things just happen sometimes. You're going to be like, man, that sucks. But you go on about your day. This is not something to lose sleep over. But what is your thoughts down below in the comments section? Again, I am so glad that Arikato is back. I can't wait to see more videos from him, and I hope that he keeps doing videos, whether it's with ZZZ, Wuthering Waves, or whatever gacha game that it's hitting his fancy. I'm hoping that Dual Knight Abyss is something that he's going to play. And you know what? I'm going to hold off on playing Dual Knight Abyss until I see the first review from Arikato to make my decision whether or not I should attempt to play it. So I'll give that challenge to Arikato. Tell me whether or not I should actually play Dual Knight Abyss. I want your opinion because I trust your opinion very deeply. So, until next time, keep it classy, keep it jazzy, always keep it real, and have yourself a wonderful day.